Coulson, Sam, gentlemen, congratulations. You guys have made it through the first 2 rounds of this competition, and you are going back to your home forges for the final round. You will have 4 days at your home forges to build an iconic weapon from history. You will be building this. The sidesword. Your blades measure from tip to where the cutting edge ends needs to be between 35 and 37 inches. You have to have a forward and a rear-facing quillion. You need to have a knuckle bow, 2 side rings. All of this needs to be put together and held tight with a pommel. So, gentlemen, good luck. We will see you in 4 days.
Here we go.
Back here in my home forge in Seneca, South Carolina. My game plan for day 1 is to weld together a Damascus billet and hopefully get it drawn to length. Let that get really hot. I'm using 22 layers. The pattern I want to go for is kind of unusual style with several reverse twists in it. I think that's good. That's enough twists. So it's the end of day 1. I feel pretty confident about my progress. It's morning of day 2. I got my Damascus all welded up, drawn out, and ready to be quenched today. Dead straight. The blade's hard. I got my guard, pommel, and all of the extra pieces forged out and roughly ground to shape, so I'm feeling confident. Day 4, I'm excited to get everything put together and finished. The tests that they're gonna put this sword that I've worked so hard on are not necessarily things that you should be doing with a sword, but I'm pretty confident that it's gonna hold up fairly well.
Well, it's day 1. My game plan is to get some semblance of a sword shape. So far, so good. I got the sword to shape, so it needs to lose a pound, half its weight almost. Day 2, I got everything ground out, so today is getting the sword quenched and straight. Pull my blade out of quench, like an arrow. I'm pleased. It's time to get it finished up, and I'm doing great on time. Whew, okay. I'm noticing delaminations, and I'm getting really worried. I have to build a new blade. Day 4. Okay, let's get to work the last day. Yesterday, I got the blade forged out, quenched, and started it on my handle. Looks good to me. I believe I have a $10,000 blade here.
Well, Coulson, Sam, gentlemen, welcome back to the forge. You guys just came back from 4 days at your home forges working tirelessly on your side swords. Guys, they look beautiful. Gentlemen, to start things off, we've got a dynamic kill test, and for that, I'm gonna give you to Doug.
All right, Bladesmiths, welcome to the dynamic kill test. Coulson, you're up first. You ready for this?
Send it.
All right, let's do it.
I really don't think that the tests are gonna be easy, so I'm hoping that it performs, hoping that it holds together.
All right, Coulson, let's talk about your sword here. First up, I really like the Damascus pattern you have. It's beautiful. Now your handle and guard construction. Before we tested your blade, it was already rattling and a little bit loose. Your pommel, the same thing. But your edges are razor sharp. They cut nicely through the foam tubes and deep cuts into this ballistics dummy. Overall, your weapon, you will kill.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, your turn, sir. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
I had to do such a rush job on it, it might bend or break. I'm hoping to stay together and perform.
All right, Sam, first up, it's beautiful. The grind that you have, the needle ridge, it's a nice blade to look at. The weight of the weapon is very similar and close to that of your competitors, but it's all forward heavy. Your edge is sharp. You can see it can cut some of the phone, but on the other ones, it didn't cut as well because I'm worried about the way it's gonna cut and how I'm able to recover the blade. On the ballistics dummy, where it absorbs all the shots, you pretty much killed it. Overall, your weapon will kill.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to our dynamic strength test, the Sandman and Shield Chop. And Coulson, you're up first. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I always love that. All right, Coulson, we'll get to this in a second. First off, the blade, it held up beautifully. It cut fantastically, but this guard being loose allowed a lot of pressure to go against this weld, and you can literally see where you ground through 90% of the weld, cleaning it up. I mean, eventually, I think things are going to continue to break, but all in all, the blade performed fantastically. So I wouldn't call it a catastrophic failure. This is still a viable weapon. It's just unfortunate that that piece popped off there. All right, Sam, you're up. You ready?
No, but let's do it.
Well, it's on, so.
Coulson's sword performed very well, but a piece fell off. So now I'm really nervous. I'm just praying mine holds together.
All right, Sam, I like the blade a lot, and it held up beautifully. It's still straight. The waist you put in here actually makes that finger very comfortable. And just would have liked to seen a little bit less mass here and a big pummel on here to balance this out. But it cut nicely. Great job.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen. Well, right off the bat, I got to say both of you should be extremely proud of your work. You gave us beautiful blades, but our judges did make a final agreement. Today's Forge and Fire champion is Sam. Very well done. Now, Coulson, you fought hard. You brought us a beautiful blade, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to make the cut. And Dave's going to tell you why.
Coulson, you brought us a side sword that was a real performer and a joy to use. But that guard starting to come apart, those welds breaking, those are issues that we just can't look past, and that's why we're letting you go.
Thank you.
We want to say thank you for coming out, fighting so hard, but unfortunately, at this point in time, I'm going to have to ask you to please step off the forge floor. Thank you. Sam, you know what that means? You are the newest Forge and Fire champion, and you just got yourself a check for $10,000. Congratulations.
It feels absolutely incredible.